What's up, Big 12 Nation? It is Tuesday night in America. That can mean only one thing. And it's time for another edition of your favorite YouTube Big 12 college football show. That's right. It's the one, it's the only, it's the biggest 12 with me, your host, Clint Foster. Wherever you are, thank you so much for making us a part of your Tuesday night. Boy, how do we have a great show for you tonight. A lot of breaking news to talk about. Brownie's in the house, of course, because, I can't function without him. Let's be completely honest, folks. And we'll have one, maybe two other guests join in. Who the heck knows? We'll see where the night takes us. Talk about approaching the midway point of this Big 12 college football season. Who is beginning to separate themselves from the pack and the chase for Arlington? And who is going to start fading to the back? But before we get to any of that, I need something from you. This ain't your first day on the internet. Come on. I need you to subscribe to the show. I haven't even looked. Okay, I haven't even checked today. I know we're getting so close to 1,000 subscribers on the channel. Let me go ahead and check for you because you do need to subscribe. All right, there it is running across the bottom of the screen. Big 12 VOCFB. And also, while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to the TCU channel as well. TCU VOCFB. Y'all, 976 of you, okay? We're so dadgum close. I need 24 more of your friends to hit subscribe on the channel. So that'll be so incredibly helpful to us. Please do it. And while you're following things and subscribing to things, make sure that you follow me on Twitter. There it is right there at Clint_Foster55 for my. Also, last thing we can't forget, make sure you're downloading the Biggest 12 wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, iTunes, you name it, we're there. It's part of your commute. Maybe you can't join in on Tuesday night. Maybe you work, the night shift at a prison. Okay, and you can't tune in on Tuesday nights. So download the podcast. You listen to us on your drive. Okay, so that's that. Without further ado, let me bring in my first co-host of the evening. You know him, you love him, and we'll see whenever anyone else joins us. Ladies and gentlemen, Brownie is here. Brownie, how you doing?
It's been an eventful day for college football, and there wasn't even any football games on.
Yeah, truly. Well, an eventful day for the Big 12, eventful day for college football. Yeah, and we got a lot to talk about. So since it's just me and you, Brownie, and all of these fine folks in the chat, things are popping off here. You love to see it. Yeah, don't you worry, Dishfish. We're going to talk about the officiating in the Colorado game for sure.
Buns.
Yeah, not great. Not great. First things first, we have some news about a new transfer portal window. Brownie, hit us with it.
So about an hour-ish ago, the NCAA, I guess, has officially moved to a singular transfer portal. We're no longer going to do any of the spring transfer portal. And what they voted on today, which apparently was a unanimous decision, is a single transfer window, January 2nd to January 16th, which for all of us college football fans, that is one day after the quarterfinals are played. But you still have the semis and the finals to go. So their asterisk for that portal being the 2nd to the 16th, they will allow an additional 5 days for the two teams competing in the national championship game. So the national championship game, I believe this year is on the 19th, which then gives them until the 24th to enter and transfer, which personally speaking kind of sucks. Just because you don't maybe want to enter the transfer portal before the national championship game. But I feel like a lot of players that know that they're not going to be on that team next year are more than likely going to put their name in the transfer portal on the 2nd and then just not travel with the team during the semis and the finals. It just kind of sucks because you might have needed them to fill in for players sitting out for the NFL draft.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
of course, theoretically, if you're in the national championship conversation, theoretically, those guys aren't sitting out for the draft. That's the biggest prize.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
It's not a Cam Ward situation.
Yeah, for sure. I think I like it. I like only having one transfer portal window to deal with. And hopefully this will cut down on the tampering a little bit more. At the end of the day, I think we just need a lot more regulation, frankly, in that regard, right? To make sure that tampering's not occurring because it's just rampant right now. I'm really interested. I'm trying to find an open date in Cody Campbell's schedule to get him on the show to talk about everything that he's trying to do with his new regulatory body to oversee college football. I think it's going to be a really fascinating conversation, and I really am curious to see what he has to say about it. But yeah, I think that this is a step in the right direction personally. Anything that we can make this more uniform, right? I mean, you've got a free agency window in the NFL, right? You've got a salary cap in the NFL, right? I think we need those sorts of things in college football. The more we professionalize it, so it's less of the Wild West. At least that's my take.
And I think that they did a right thing by making it like that 15-day window. I know the initial plan was a 10-day window. I just don't think that 10 days is going to be justifiable. I know that they got a lot of pushback from the players themselves and coaches as well about the 10-day. Because realistically, if you think about it, you can still take 3 official visits when you're transferring. And three locations where it's going to take up 1 to 2 days worth of your time. That's 7-ish, like 7 to 8 total days, depending on travel time, that you're going to have to absorb. And then you only have 2 days to make a decision. I think realistically, a lot of players are going to have to really get themselves under the gun and have those conversations with the coaches. And I think coaches are going to have those conversations to get players to either transfer out or tell them that they don't have a spot next year. I think those conversations will start earlier to where maybe we see potential more sit-outs of non-important role players or depth players for teams that are maybe in the lower bowl games. I personally wish that they would have just had it to where national championship game is on the 19th, and then you have the transfer portal from the 20th, and you go until the middle of February.
That way you don't have to have an odd secondary window.
I think it should just be level all across the board, because you know that teams in the national championship are going to be focused on that, not who can we snag in the transfer portal. And I personally like it because it is punishing the teams that are better, because they can't go out and sit there and poach everybody because they have more shit to worry about. But at the same time, if, for example, Texas Tech is in the national championship game, and
God forbid,
and then they somehow win the national championship, they only got 4 days to go and spend a giant wad of cash to try to do it again. Man, that would suck.
Yeah. Now, Brownie,
wish I had those problems.
Yeah, right. Yeah, good problems to have. Now, if we could move on a little bit here, there's something that I need you to see, Brownie, because I've got somebody in the house today from Viva La Cats. Oh, Lord, Justin Hiles is here.
Hey, buddy.
Just to give you a little bit of a hard time about what just happened on Saturday. Mercy, mercy. Justin, how are you doing on this fine Tuesday as we play that truck stick over and over?
We're doing fantastic. Honestly, I wasn't even expecting that I get the treat of getting to talk to Brownie after this game live and in person. So this is fantastic for me.
Yeah, Iowa State's college football playoff contentions lasted just about as long as Cincinnati's did for MLB.
Oh, Lord, this thing's screwing up on me. I'm trying to get y'all on the screen, and it's messing up on me. Lord.
Rookie.
Yeah, I know. Well, StreamYard's, I don't know what it's doing. I wish I could show you what it's doing. It's freaking out right now. Okay.
It's because you have too many buttons.
I do. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was literally just guessing because they're all this big. Okay. So Justin's here. We're going to talk some cats today, some bear cats. Let's be specific. There's way too many cats in this conference. And whether or not Cincinnati is for real moving forward. So but before we get into any of that, we got a lot of people saying Cincinnati look good. Yeah, so we got to for a moment. I mean,
anybody
Justin,
would look good when you're playing
right
against
now,
6 walk-ons on defense.
Hey, win's a win and is a loss is a loss, brother. It sucks.
Well, exactly. I mean, as soon as you guys decided that you were going to start targeting Rocco Beck's head halfway through the first half, I knew that we were in trouble.
Yeah. Well, maybe that wouldn't have been a problem if you didn't go down like 31-7. That would probably help avoid that situation. But hey, here we are. It is what it is. The game, fantastic. All fronts from the Bearcat perspective, as far as the way they play, the way they executed, and the way they just came out against a quality team. I think that's the biggest thing that feels like Cincinnati has really been lacking over the past few seasons, is just the ability to execute and do it early. It feels like so many times if we haven't been able to keep up in the first half, it's kind of gotten away from us, where we've had leads build too big for the other team to where we just can't catch up. And, I know that's actually a kind of a Iowa State thing as of late, past few seasons, just trying to play catch up at the end of the game. And usually they do enough. The problem is for us, we usually don't do enough to come back. And so to see them coming out on all cylinders, just, moving the ball around, getting downfield, being effective on offense. This is something that I think we've looked at over probably the entire course of the Satterfield era, but then also with Fickle in his era as well, that offense just it's been hit or miss, but defense has generally been pretty consistent. Now with Satterfield, it's kind of flipped where the defense has just kind of been a little bit more spotty. I think it's starting to reel it in a bit more. They've made some great additions in the offseason that's really helped. But we're in a spot now where I think the Bearcats feel pretty confident coming out of the first quarter of the season. You had, of course, the Nebraska game to start, and then, a few little toss-ups, or not toss-ups, sorry. That's a bad word to use there. A few cupcakes. And then, of course, Kansas, and then now Iowa State. And that Kansas one on the road, I think, was really just kind of the telltale sign that, like, hey, something's different about this season. And that's the thing we've been waiting for. Just like, where's that part where you're going to unlock it and find a way to win? Because that exact same game at Kansas this year was the same game that we had at Texas Tech last year. A lot of scoring, putting up points. You get down, you have a 2-minute drive. Can you go and win the game? And we're finding that this is actually a thing that they can do now. Like, this is something that's been sorely lacking. And so for them to find that ability to go out and do what it takes to win late in the game is great. And then they did it again against Iowa State. I mean, that was a tight game at the end. It shouldn't have been, but it was.
I was going to say, the second half was not a good half for anybody.
It absolutely shouldn't. We're going to disagree. We're very much going to disagree. So I'm sure you've already said your piece. I'm just going to say mine. The amount of calls in the second half was utterly atrocious, and it definitely swung momentum in Iowa State's favor. From the end of the second quarter all the way through to the end of the game, that really just pitched this thing in a direction that it was not going. And those quick 15-yard penalties, 10-yard, 15-10, 15-10, over and over and over again, where you're getting penalized 13 times in this game. I get some of those, yes, are absolutely on the Bearcats. But this is the thing with Big 12 refs that we've seen, that like sometimes they get in the spot and they love to just keep blowing that whistle.
Well, did you also find it funny, Justin, that all of those whistles started happening after Matt Campbell got the personal foul?
Yeah.
Go back and watch. Almost every single one happened right after Matt Campbell got the personal foul.
Well, here's the thing that I've never seen.
It's like getting a T in basketball.
I've never seen this before in my entire life watching football. 7 straight plays where there was a whistle blown and a flag thrown. That is, I don't have words.
How many were like illegal formations too?
Yeah,
there were a lot of illegal formations.
Illegal formations, legal man downfield, low block, like all
too many players in the backfield. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Like, there's a time to microanalyze and pick at certain things. I get it. But like, it just destroyed the game flow, like altogether. And it created a very stagnant game plan for the Bearcats. But hey, you sling an 82-yard bomb right over the heads of all of Iowa State's defense. That's all you need to get the dub.
Listen, Justin, hey, everybody in the chat's talking about picks. I will have you know, brother, I was ready to pick Cincinnati in my pick'em, and this dingleberry in between us right here convinced me. He's like, I'm not worried. It'll be fine. Iowa State's going to win. So I'm like, okay. And then I was so mad. I was like, Brady.
To be fair, when I said I was not worried and it was fine, even when I was on Justin's show, I did not know that 2 more of our backup corners were out, and our third
Yes.
starting safety was also out.
Yeah,
Yes.
like forget
Like
about it.
all of that came out on Wednesday, and that's when I went, oh, cool. Who do we have left? 2 walk-ons that were starting safety, another safety who was a glorified linebacker. One of our corners was a true freshman, and the other one was a redshirt freshman. None of them saw snaps on defense until Cincinnati. And it's going up against Brendan Sorsby.
Yes.
Yeah.